Hello everyone, welcome to the episode number 14 of Breakfast with Jorge. This is Prerna Pradhan from Al Circle with Jorge, the LME expert. In this episode, we will be discussing a bit about FIFA, the metal price situation, and what Jorge's upcoming course with Al Circle, Hedging for Recyclers, is all about. So with that, let me welcome our trainer. Jorge, how are you?
Hi,
Good morning.
Purana. How people from all circle. Indeed, it's me, Jorge, and you're having breakfast with me. But again, I don't want to disappoint you, but this is the same mate, and we pour here. Look at it says London, warm water, but I mean it says London because I'm from Argentina. We are playing the semi-final against England. So I have my heart split in two. One, because I belong to the London Metal Exchange, and in a way, it's a sort of contradiction, but my main heart is in Argentina. And I know that people in India and people in the region do support Argentina as well. So we will see.
Okay, that's great. Let us first discuss the present price situation.
Well, the market during those days, and I'm sorry that we missed 1 week. I was ill. I had a flu. As you can hear now, I'm okay now. The market had one new, which is again the conflict between the USA and Iran. We saw the prices of oil grounding to an area of $70 per barrel, and today they are 80 or over 80. So again, the price of oil is reacting in ups and downs, which is volatility, at the same pace of the news regarding what's going on in the region. And at the same time, the aluminum, which went down from 3,800 through to 3,050, it's a huge decline. It's over 20%. Started going up again, and the copper stayed stable, I would say, in the area of 13,400. I don't want to give absolute numbers because when you see this video, perhaps the prices are going to be, for sure, they are going to be different. But anyway, what we can subtract from that piece of information is that probably the backwardation on the alley, which came down from $85, $90 to $5 contango, may come up again. And that's not only possible, but it's also probable that it pretty much depends on the development of this conflict in the Middle East.
Okay, so now that we have a view of what is the present price scenario in the market, let us come back to the upcoming course, which is Hedging for Recyclers, becoming an expert in 6 hours. Starting along with that course, the first question that I would put across is why to hedge?
Yes, indeed. We are having our program. It starts on July the 20th, and I strongly recommend it, Hedging for Recyclers. And you ask me why to attend as a very first question. Why to attend? Of course, if you are dealing in the metals business, and regardless that you are fixing your price based on China prices or based on India prices or based on London prices, UK or USA, which is the CME, the product is the same. And why to hedge is because of the volatility of prices. What is the impact of the volatility in prices? Is from the moment you buy to the moment you sell, you have no clue how much the price will be, whether it's going to go up or whether it's going to go down. So unless you buy at a fixed price and sell at a fixed price, you don't have any risk there. But at the moment of pricing the purchase and the sale in different stages, in different timings, that will definitively create a risk because the price moves up and down every single second, not even day, not even hour, second. So unless you have a huge margin, or even if you have a high margin and you don't want to lose the opportunity of a good price, you have to hedge. Or if you don't hedge, it's because you have a clear view that the market will play in your favor. But in a way, there are companies who handle the risk, including that possibility. Welcome from the moment they are aware and conscious of the risk they're running. Otherwise, doesn't make any sense. But being fully aware, not of where the price will be, of the risk you're running, you're welcome. It's the same as not hiring a fire insurance against your factory, or limiting the protection of car insurance. If you trust, it's your business. The moment you are clear to the shareholders, that's enough. That's fair. And your shareholders will claim to you a different or the same policy of risk management.
Thank you so much. Like you have put across very well on the first question regarding the courses, why to hedge. Now coming to my second question, which is very important for the participants or the people who will be watching this video, and which will also likely help them to convert, is where to hedge.
So you ask me now where to hedge. So as I said it in before, conceptually speaking. But if you're asking where you have to allocate your hedge has to be allocated at the same market to be used for your price discovery. In other words, whether you have an agreement with your supplier that the price of your copper is going to be priced based on the LME, if you need a hedge on the purchase should be placed at the LME. And if you sell on the basis of Shanghai, for example, your hedge of your sale should be placed in Shanghai, which means two different markets, which does not mean necessarily to have two different brokers, because most of the brokers work with several markets. And this is how you face the decision of where to hedge, of course, on a limited basis, since we have not as many hours as we will have during the program to be answered the question to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now the third question is how much to hedge? Yeah.
How much to hedge? So let's divide the answer in two. Whether you have inventories, okay? If you have inventories and they are security inventories and you are not planning to reduce the level of those inventories, you may replace the product, but it's still, let's say, in the area of 500 tons of copper. And when I mean 500 tons of copper, remember, I am converting the total scrap we have into how much of the net. Say, let's suppose that you have 500 tons of copper in inventory, but the value of them is 90% of the LME, yeah, the equivalent is 450 tons of net copper. And that will give you the how much to hedge if it is inventories. But if they are permanent inventories, perhaps you should look at them from a different perspective, not from the economical point of view perspective, which would imply hedging. You may say strategically this business needs, in this example, 450 tons of copper, and we are copper and we need copper, we won't hedge. Accepted, okay? The other copper, which is the copper you use as a working capital, which is buying copper, selling copper, buying copper, selling copper, or the copper buying which goes into transitory inventories, this is the amount you should hedge, okay, which is the amount exposed. Other than that, if you are a producer of aluminum, of copper, which is not our key focus because we are focusing during our seminar mainly on trading, okay, not on smelters producing the aluminum or copper mines producing. But if that is the case, just for your general information, you have to calculate how much is the exposure regardless the production. And how much is the exposure? When we speak of copper, we should speak of reserves. When we speak of aluminum, we should think of how much aluminum are you producing per month, per quarter, per year, and that will be the how much related to your question.
Yeah. Coming to the most difficult question now. Which tool to be used for hedging?
Which tool? And you are not allowing me to answer in more than 3 minutes. For that, we have the seminar. Tools. You have two key tools, futures and options, okay? Hedge is to protect with any of those tools, futures or options, to avoid the price risk. If you buy, remember, when we say buy, is that you fix the price of your purchase. If you fix the price of your purchase, how much is the purchase, the where is depending where the QP is going to be discovered, and then you should say, when you cover that using futures, you will know absolutely, with no single difference, if it is a perfect hedge, how much money you're going to make in the business. So in other words, you buy aluminum basis, the 95% of 3,000, and you can hedge it, the 95%, on the basis of the price within 3 months, and you have $10 contango, you for sure are going to make those additional $10. The opposite example is if you use futures and there is a backwardation and there is a $10 backwardation, you definitively will lose $10. But that is that. And maybe you recover that throughout the through the premiums or through any other way, financial tools, higher interest that you charge compared to the interest you pay, blah, blah, blah. But using futures, it's locked in. When you use option as a tool for hedging, the option works as the insurance of your car. You pay the premium and you just use the option in the case you have an accident. What will be the equivalent of accident when we speak of metals? That you buy scrap of aluminum or lead or zinc or copper, you buy it, and instead of selling future, yeah, you buy an option, which in this example is a put, which is the right to sell. But think of that as an insurance. You're going to pay a premium, okay? What would be the accident, the incident? The price is going down. It's like fire. It is like an accident. It's the accident, boom, you go to the broker, which is the equivalent to the insurance company. And listen, this is not the way it works. I'm answering to you conceptually, generically, but it's like ringing the bell of the insurance company and get the money back for the loss of value if the prices go down. What would be the non-occurrence of this accident, that the price go up? So you will not use the insurance. You had no accident. You have no claim. But what happened if the prices went up? It means that you're making the upside. So here the key will be how much you paid as a premium compared of how much the prices went up. Yeah, but you're gonna pay the premium thinking that the prices are gonna go higher than the premium you paid. Why is that? Because otherwise you could have used the futures. And that completes my answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jorge. Like, you very well answered all the questions asked.
Oh, yeah, really, it's not simple. That's why we need time to sit and explain. So I very much look forward on the 20th, and we stay in touch. And remember, we are having breakfast with Jorge, which is with me. And remember, see you after the World Cup. Hopefully Argentina makes it. Unless we are going to be on the 4th position, which is not good, but it's not bad. See you.
Okay, so likewise, we answered some of the key questions that the viewers of this video or the people who are interested into hedging for recycling should know before joining the course. Till then, go to our website alcircle.com and check out the landing page expressing all the details about each session that Jorge will be explaining in his course. Please, we give you a heartiest welcome. Join and be a trade expert. Thank you.